Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to Lisa's Coloring Corner. Last month, at the end of the month, when I showed all my coloring books and my coloring supplies that I got in May, I mentioned that I got the 76 cent of Luminance pencils, and I didn't bother swatching them out on camera because I figured, everybody has seen these already. I had already purchased last year the 20 portrait set, and then you had to order the 4 pencils separate. I don't know why Caran d'Ache did that, but so I had those 24 pencils. So I just needed the 76 set. However, Luminance is now available in the 100 set, so you don't have to purchase them separately. But I had a number of comments stating, because I had asked if you would like to see the swatching of these. A number of you said, yes, I would. So that's what we're going to do today. So I just created a preliminary color chart. I went through and I put all of the portrait set and those 4 additional pencils, as well as the 76 to make up the 100 set. I put them in an approximate order. Probably won't stay in this order, but this is what I have them in for now. So I went ahead and I wrote everything in just to make things a little bit easier, and so this video doesn't take quite as long. So yeah, I guess I won't be needing my pen. And I'm just, because this background, this is a giant desk-sized mouse pad, so it's kind of soft and springy. I'm just going to swatch on my, what do you call this, clipboard. This is my older clipboard. My good one is out in the living room, so we'll just use this one. This is what I had handy. All right, so let's swatch these gorgeous pencils. All right, so we will be starting with the white. Now, the only thing that I'm not a big fan of with these Luminance pencils, let me zoom you in because I'll zoom in for the swatching anyhow, is this small printing on here. And instead of it being this way like all of the other pencils are, with the exception of the new Starjoy gold pencils, they are printed this way. Also, no, they're not. What pencil is? Oh yeah, they are printed this way, but it's very large printing, so you don't necessarily see the entire color name. But anyhow, these are printed this way. Now the number itself is relatively easy to see, but the color name is kind of hard to read sometimes, and it is in 2 different languages, with the English version on the bottom right above the number. So yeah, it is sometimes a little bit harder to read than some of the other pencils. But to me, I go by the number a lot anyhow, so I guess it's not that big of a deal. But all right, so I did take them out of the awesome tin that they came in, where they're nestled into each slot with the sponge. And it's not a tin, that's right, it's heavy cardboard. But I put them in this pretty case, and I have redone all of my pencils and markers. I now have, each one has a label, so when I have them on my bookshelf, I can see what everything is. So yeah, I am going to leave them in this now. I'll leave a link to the Luminance, all the sets, and I'll leave a link to this pencil case. I love it. I bought a number of them like this, but in different colors. All right, because when I reorganized, I had a number of them that I couldn't stand up in book style form, you know. And so, yeah, I ordered some different ones. Anyhow, you don't care about that. All right, so we are going to zoom in. And, of course, you're not going to see this. That is our white. And we go on to 801, which is our buff titanium. Now, when I swatch these, I'm going to start out with hard pressure and then go out to light. Again, you're not going to see this one too well. Just a very pale, kind of off-white. Then we have Primrose 242. So we're getting a little bit darker. These pencils are just so awesome. Oh my gosh. Hence the price tag. Of course, you're also paying for the light fastness, which as colorists, we don't care as much about. You know, it's not like our coloring is going to fade because it's in a coloring book, but of course, artists are more concerned with that. So we are going to go on to Naples Ochre 821. But yeah, they are so pigmented and soft and not as soft as a Prismacolor, of course. Lemon Yellow 240. But they still blend and layer in just the little bit that I have done with them. I didn't want to do a whole lot before doing this swatching video, so I really haven't played with them a ton. 520 Medium Cadmium Yellow. Isn't that pretty? Oh. So yeah, I want to get a color chart completed for these. 810 Bismuth Yellow. And then work on some color combinations. Because as much as I had said this month I was going to color a picture with Inktense, I really want to color with these. 523 Indian Yellow. But I think I still will do a picture this month in Inktense, and then next month I'm going to color with these. Barring anything going wrong. 820 Golden Bismuth Yellow. See, even when you color really lightly on the paper, you still get good color. And 030 Orange. So whether you're a hard presser like me, you get a ton of color. But people that like to layer, I mean, yeah. I'm not a huge layer person. 041 Apricot. But I do layer like up to 3. Some of these people that, you know, layer 10, 12, 15 layers. Oh my gosh. I would never have patience for that. 533 Dark Cadmium Orange. But yet those who do have the patience to do that, oh my gosh, yeah, they're gorgeous pictures. And Cornelian 850. So far, I think I like the order. Maybe these two got to be switched around. .061 Permanent Red. 070 Scarlet. I mean, yeah, the color output from these is just incredible. I've been wanting these for a long time. Now, Caran d'Ache has some really unique names, some of which I don't know if I'm going to be able to pronounce. 580, yeah, anthraquinone carmine, I think. And so we have a little bit darker red. Crimson alizarin hue. So now we're getting into the dark reds. Now I did put this with the reds, Perylene Brown 585, because it looked more like a dark red to me. I may move that though. Crimson Aubergine. So yeah, to me it kind of looked like it would go in between these two. Has a real red undertone. Light Aubergine. Is that how it's pronounced? 095 or aubergine. I like this color. It's got a real gray tint to it. Carmine Lake 575. All right, now into the pinks. We have a very, very pale pink. It's called Pink White 581. So light, you're probably not going to see it. Great one for layering and blending out. And we have 068. Here's another one. Herculaneum Red. Real salmon type color. Great skin tone. So I couldn't tell you which one of these specifically came from the portrait set, the 20 set, and which is the 76, because I combined them all. Anthraquinoid pink. A little bit darker and pinker than that one. 583 Violet Pink. This is another one I like. Well, I like all of them. And we have Hibiscus Pink 094. I would love this one maybe for lips and blush. 083 Ultramarine Pink. Isn't that pretty? .630 Ultramarine Violet. Really pretty lavender. 350 Purplish Red. .112 Manganese Violet. So pretty. Oh, here comes another one with a weird name. 115 Quinaridone Purple. I am butchering these names, I am sure. No, I thought these two would blend real nicely. 120 violet, and 129 violet brown, violet gray, all right, on to the blues. I don't have enough room here. The board is hitting me here. Light cobalt blue, 661. Such a pretty sky blue. Or cloud blue, or whatever. 662 genuine cobalt blue. Again, I thought those two would blend together nicely. Into this one, 140 ultramarine. So I'm trying within each color family to keep the undertones and whatnot together, and I don't know how successful I am with that, but 660 middle cobalt blue. I am no expert on pencils and color theory and all of that, but this is just my order. 162 phthalo blue. So this has a different undertone. 755 gray blue. And like I said, getting these swatched out like this now, I'm sure I'm going to have to switch something around. 185 ice blue. 159 Prussian blue. That's a pretty darker blue. 649 Indanthrone blue. Getting into the really dark blues now. And 135 Bleu de Nimes, is that it? So we have one on the violet side. Let's turn our page in the case. Finally, in the blues, we have 639 dark indigo. Really dark blue. All right, let's go on to the greens. So we're going to start out with the real bluish greens, aquas. So we have light malachite green. 181 and 671 Chrysocolla blue. Chrysocolla, I don't know why they make these so hard. Probably because Caran d'Ache is a German company, right? German? Yeah. 171 turquoise blue. Or are they Swiss? Oh my gosh. Now I'm second guessing myself. I'm sure somebody will leave me a comment down below. My mic's died. So from here on out, I'm going to be doing a voiceover on my phone, so you may notice a difference in the sound quality. I'm just, recording on my phone. So that was Light blue, number 161. This is 713 Middle Verdigris. I think that's how it's pronounced. So a very pale green. Then we have 470 Spring Green. Pretty bright yellow green. And then 015 Olive Yellow. Not quite sure if I'm going to be keeping this one here or not. 182 Cobalt Green. Nice mid-tone green. And 220 Grass Green. That's a pretty green. And Beryl Green. A little bit of blue in that one. Dark English Green, number 729. So now we're starting to get into some of the darker greens. 180 Malachite Green. Blue undertone in that. That's really pretty. 739 Dark Sap Green. And Chromium Oxide Green. Not quite sure what I said there. Moss Green, number 225. Dark Phthalo Green. That should all make a nice blend. Green Ochre. So quite on the yellow side. Olive Brown 10%. And Olive Brown 50%. And Olive Brown, I think that's what it said. My icon for recording is going over the top of the words. And those definitely are not in the right order. I have to switch those around. Raw Umber, 10%. Raw Umber, 50%. And then Raw Umber. And I realized I made a mistake. So I had yellow ochre there, and I knew that wasn't right yet. I had mixed up the raw umbers, and so I was looking back on the pencils, and yeah, I had missed one. So I am going to be coming back and doing it in the correct order. Hindsight is 20/20. Now I remember what I did wrong. Pretty soon anyhow. All right, here we go with the 10%. So that one's wrong. And then the 50%, which was correct. And then the raw umber, which is the darkest one. So again, you can see the nice gradient between those. Let's go on to page 2. Where did my other page go? I'm looking around until silly Lisa realizes, oh yeah, it's the next page. All right, here we go with the yellow ochre then. Number 034. Can never decide if I want that with the yellows or the browns. Let me know if you put it with the yellows or the browns. And we have 036, raw sienna. And I think that's why I put it here, because those two colors go together very nicely. 872, burnt sienna, 10%. That's a nice skin tone. 876, burnt sienna, 50%. See, I'm making sure I look at the numbers on the pencils now so I don't screw up again. 077, burnt sienna. I must be double checking there just to make sure. Oh yeah, I had the wrong word in there. It was burnt ochre. I guess I was thinking all the burnt siennas was going to be in the same, as what the previous one was, but not. So this is a really pretty brown. It would make a beautiful hair color. Terracotta, one of my favorites. And then russet, 065. That's a beautiful color too. Beautiful auburn, again, would make beautiful hair. 066, raw russet. Again, double checking the pencil. And I made a mistake again. It wasn't raw russet. It was natural russet. Another pretty brown. Then we have brown ochre, 10%, number 832. Another nice skin tone. 836, brown ochre, 50%. Was showing even with hardly any pressure whatsoever, the amount of pigment you get out of these pencils is unbelievable. 037, brown ochre. 542, light flesh, 10%. As the name implies, that is a nice light skin tone. Not quite sure. Oh, normally I put them up further in the color chart, but here I am keeping them in with the browns, the earth tones. So here we have dark flesh, 5%. So some darker skin tones. And then we have dark flesh, 40%, number 745. Number 748, dark flesh. And then finally in this column, we have 862, burnt sienna, 10%. And last column, we have 866, burnt sienna, 50%. And 069, burnt sienna. So that's all the earth tones. Now we will get into the grays. So we have 002, silver gray, which is a really nice pale gray. And then 004, steel gray. Some nice cool grays. 504, Payne's gray, 30%. Double checking again. And 507, Payne's gray, 60%. And 508, Payne's gray. $4.95, slate gray. Then we get into 3 sepia colors, and not sure why I put these with the grays, because they are more brown than grays, and sepia typically is a brown color, so I will be moving the sepias over to the earth tones, the browns. 906, sepia, 50%. So some really nice dark browns. And then 407, sepia. And I was explaining I will be moving them. And 046, Castle Earth, which is again another nice dark brown. So that's another color I'm going to be moving over to the brown. So those 4 I am going to move. They are on the grayer side, but I'm still going to move them. So 802, French Gray 10%. $8.03 French Gray 30%. Finally, in the grays, 808 French Gray. So some nice warm grays. Last but not least is 100 Black. And it's a very nice dark black. So that is all 100. I am showing the 2 colorless blenders that you get with the set. Now these are the ones that do not have the wood on, and you sharpen them just like a pencil. And like the Prismacolor, these basically are like the lead in the colored pencils, except they have no pigment in them. So you can blend your colors together with these. There is also a pencil version where there is a wood casing around it, and I want to try one of those. Some people like them better than these, and some people like these better. So you just sharpen both just like a pencil. So yeah, want to try these and see how they work for me for blending in these luminance colors, these pencils. Okay, so let's take a look at all the colors together. We'll zoom back out a little far. Come back in. All right, so nice assortment of colors. Let's start at the top. Zoom in just a tad. So we have some nice pale yellows going into your brighter yellows, some oranges going into your reds, dark reds, going into just a couple of pinks and some purples, nice variety of blues, getting into our greens, and then the earth tones or skin colors, browns, whatever you want to call them. I like the fact that there's not a lot of grays, but yet each gray family is represented well in this set. So that's nice. Overall, I think this is a well-rounded set. Now that they added the portrait colors to the 100 set, yeah, I think it's really nice. It is only a 100 set. I say only because that's plenty of colors. You know, even though Prismacolor has 150 colors, even with having 100 colors, you can blend them and create pretty much any color you want, right? So I'm not a real layering person, but if you layer the colors one on top of each other, you can, you know, create beautiful different colors and gradients and just blend from one color to the next. So yeah, even though there's, you know, the 100 colors, it's great plenty. I think this is, again, a nice rounded set. Yeah, could we use a few colors in addition to these? Definitely. But overall, I think it's a good set. I think a few lighter greens would have been nice, along with maybe a few pinks. There's not many pinks in here at all. I think there's a lot of dark reds, so maybe some reds in the middle. But yeah, overall, very, very nice set. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you're new to my channel. I hope everybody's having a fantastic day. And as always, happy coloring. Bye, guys.